I love, when you get to be around people who love you and you don't have to be like them, like you don't have to be like me for me to like you.
That's it.
You know what? That's true diversity. You don't have to be like me in order for me to like you. And so it means that you're secure in who you are. I had an amazing time this morning with your staff, your office staff, and we looked at some of the heart issues of customer service, and they were super, super receptive, and I love them very much. You are in good hands. The church is in extremely good hands. And these men and women want to serve you with their absolute, their whole heart, you and your friends. My assignment, let me say this, because I don't do this, and my team is teaching me to, what you say, that get free and make your money?
That's right.
Get free and make your money. Serving, leading, and loving, surviving as a kingdom leader. And I sold out the last place I went. I apologize. I know I'm like, how am I going to advertise it, and you're going to have one with you. But you can go on Amazon, and if you want to know how I have survived serving God's people.
Yes.
I'm talking about church folk.
Come on.
God's people for 15 years, and I still love people, and I still love God, and I do it for another 15.
Listen.
Because he's just that good. So topics like answer the right call, prepare to wear the ephod, mature through the manure, the little red hen syndrome, all of that in the book. Get it, Amazon.com, Pamross.com, Pamross.net.com. All right. I have, my assignment is dealing with difficult people. You have a handout? All of the C personality styles have read it already. But dealing with difficult people. And I did this particularly because within mind for conferences and big events. And so I was thinking about what types of difficulties I faced, and then I spoke with Stacy Smith, who's here, who is my strategist.
Hi, Stacy. Hey, Stacy.
Stacy is probably one of the most brilliant people I know. She is an international business mogul.
Yes.
And yeah, she lied. You don't know. She's her own woman, but she is a strategist, and she works with me side by side, shoulder by shoulder for many, 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 many years. And I'm so absolutely thankful. She's just amazing. And so we look at, you can read that first part that says, yes, we love everybody, but let's face it, some people are just difficult to serve. No matter how much you love people, no matter how you get your fasting days in before conference. Is there like official fasting day with you? 21 days. So you gotta, does it end enough time before conference so your flesh, you're not mad when it's time for conference? It is the night of the conference, so please don't come hangry. That's my concern. They're gonna be hangry. And then they're gonna go off on the people. Okay, all right, praise the Lord. So there are some people that are hard. Here's some examples and how we can handle them excellently. We're gonna look at that real quickly, and then we're gonna look at value-based customer service. Is that okay? Yes. Because we want, the reason why we train according to values is because everything you do is a reflection of what's in you. So this is my security blanket. Can I have that? Do I have it? Oh, yes, I do. Here's my marker. All right. This is the question we always want to ask when dealing with difficult people. Who's in charge? So you want to know who's in charge of the situation, who's in charge of your response, and who's in charge of your emotions, regardless of what's going on in your head, who's in charge of what's coming out of your mouth. All right? So we put our heads together. These are some of the people that can be difficult, that have been difficult for me to serve. Number one, VIPs and those who think they're VIPs. You know what that feels like? Because they expect you, let's look at this little list here. What makes them difficult? They expect you to know them and you don't.
Yeah.
And so they roll in, like, they just roll in, and you have no idea who they are. And then you have to stop and say, you can't go there. But we learn, people don't want to know what they can't do. People don't want to know where they can't go. They want to know what they can do. And so if you're ever tempted, and I know it takes like a reprogramming, but if you're ever tempted to tell someone what they can't do, you just ask them, may I help you? Hi, good evening. You just step right in the aisle as they head to the restricted area. And you just say, good evening, how can I serve you? And then they say, or I'm sorry, I forgot your name, or those kind of things. They take privileges they don't have, and here's the other one, they show up late. Don't they? The VIPs, I know I got a seat, so I'm going to show up late. Or I just flew in, so I'm going to show up late. Now, one of the things we did, we had this. I'm going to tell you all my secrets. We had this when someone was a VIP. Erica's here. She served with me for years. Like you can. We had this. And then if someone was a double, that means they were staying at our senior pastor's home, we would do this. And then they would know. And if you were somebody that we know we're supposed to know, like these two guys, you need to have their pictures in your phone. Yeah. If you're serving in that area, so what you do is I'm studying faces, and when I walk up, I know you. I'm going to make you feel like king of the world.
That's real good.
Why? Because the people that are the double V, and maybe this is just for the executive folks, but if you're a double V, everybody needs to know these faces. You see them in the hallway, you see them in the men's room, right? Because pastors have a king mentality. Put your fingers in your ears. Everywhere they go, everybody knows them, right? So you're going to feel a little uncomfortable. You go somewhere and nobody knows you. First of all, this is how I handle VIPs or those who think they are. Don't judge. Don't judge them. Because immediately what comes to your mind is, who do they think they are? Yeah. And the Lord says to me, who do you think you are? Yeah. Resist the temptation to judge them. How would you treat this person if they were a VIP? Treat them that way. Wow. And recognize it's not for us to weigh their importance to the conference on our scale.
Listen.
Okay?
That's real good.
It's a challenge. Customer service is a challenge, isn't it? Because we kind of were raised in a world that says, look out for yourself. Look out for number one. I'm the most important person on the planet. And then we get saved, and Jesus starts talking about regard each other more highly than yourself. Like, that's completely backwards than what I learned on the playground. You got to regard yourself more highly than everybody else. And then you come to the kingdom and it's like, no, regard other people more highly than you. Get up and prefer somebody else before me. Me? Yeah. But I'm God's favorite, right? How would you treat them if they were? Do what you can for them with what you have. The disappointed guest. Oh, let me give you a scripture. I added some. James 3:17, but the wisdom that is from above is first pure, peaceable, gentle, open to reason, full of mercy and good fruit, impartial and sincere. Be sincere when you're serving people. Folks can tell if you are reciting like robotic. You ever call
That's
Comcast?
the truth.
Anybody here work for Comcast? You used to? You work for them? Anybody work for them right now? Okay, good. About BJ, like, thank God. Free at last! Free at last! Thank God Almighty. But if you've ever called and you get someone and you know that they're reading a script, then you can tell that they're not sincere. And so no one wants you to show up at conference and be in the halls of conference and be a robot. So it has to come from the inside of you. Because your motive is, I want people to feel welcomed and loved in the house. It helps them drop their armor, helps them drop their weapons so they can receive what God has for them. So you're not just getting through the conference. You gotta get through.
That's good.
You know that whole idea of you get all the work and then they're going to show up and eat the cake. Come on, really. We feel it. You work, you pray, you fast, and then they get to show up and get all the blessings. Right. That's the little red men syndrome. Right? And it makes you a difficult person.
Listen.
Jesus.
Wow.
Jesus.
Because you almost don't want to give it all. You be Ananias and Sapphira in that service. Yeah. You want to give them a little bit of excellence. You want to give them a little bit of love to save some for yourself. Yeah. You don't want to pour your whole self out for people. The disappointed guests. How do you deal with people that are disappointed? Apostle K took you through some exercises on that. What makes them difficult? Their expectations were not met. Like that gentleman that came and he wanted to see Apostle, he had a real expectation that anybody could walk off the street and have a face-to-face. Right. We don't know how he got that expectation, but that sometimes people expect certain, I thought there was going to be childcare at the conference. No, there's not. We had people buy a ticket to a production and then they showed up just on a different day. And so you don't really look at the date, you're looking at the seat number in the row, you take them to their seat, and then the usher brings them back and says, this guest has their ticket is incorrect. Okay, well you go back in, I'll take care of it. Oh ma'am, I'm so sorry, your ticket is for the wrong date. Well, I couldn't make it that day, so I thought I'd just come today.
Wow.
She's very disappointed. So what do? You be gracious. Because what you want to do, resist the temptation and teach them a lesson. Well, I don't know why you thought that. We're professional here. We use a computer. They don't need to know all that. My point is, do you want to be right or do you want to serve?
My. That's good.
You can score and say, I told her she'd be coming up in here. They may have needed to do that. They need to be in the production. So you just say, you know what, let's see if we can exchange this if there's an open seat in the house tonight. I'm a solutionist, I'm just solving problems. I'm not necessarily trying to disciple you in a customer service moment.
Right.
Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely.
All right. Overflow seating or standing room. We have that a lot. I know y'all have it a lot here. People show up. You're at the doors. I expected to get a seat. I'm 50 minutes late. We have 3 services, 8:30, 10:30, 12:30. People come to the 12:30 service at 1:45. Am I lying? I said, if I'm ever sick and dying, I'm going to 12:30 person to pray. Because they say it's never too late. And I'm telling you, I judged them for years. Did you look at no seat? You show up this way. And then, it's not my house. It's God's house. And so just that temptation where your mind automatically goes. And so you have to train your mind to think, I'm here to solve problems. I said earlier, customer service is like intercession because you're filling in a gap. This is what they need, and I can give them access to what they need. All it takes is for me to humble myself and do it.
That's so good.
When they're difficult.
So good.
How the Bible says, some people would die for a just person. But somebody that's nasty, lame, haughty, I want to serve you.
Hot before
That's
the Lord.
when the real test of your spiritual maturity comes in.
My Lord.
Anybody can serve a sweetheart. Come on, sweethearts are easy to serve. Anybody can serve like a Pastor Erica. Come on. I'd wait in line to serve her. But would you serve someone who's like Cruella de Vil shows up for church? Wearing a fur coat made out of puppies. Hallelujah. So if they are disappointed and it's their fault, be gracious. It's time to show the love of God. It's time to be the hero. They made the mistake. They're disappointed. But if you can solve the problem, solve the problem. And here's the deal. Sometimes people make a mistake and they're embarrassed about it, tell them, you know what, it happens all the time, don't worry about it. People, sometimes their babies get loud, they got to walk out, they're all embarrassed. Oh, don't worry about it, it happens all the time, just a baby. What you're doing is embarrassment and shame to make people not want to come back again.
That's so true.
They make them want to leave. Oh, I can't believe I did that. I'm so, oh my God. Then all their self-talk, they eat themselves up. But you have the opportunity to diffuse it in
That's
their
so
mind.
good.
What do you do when it's your fault that they're disappointed? Be honest. Be honest. Show some real sympathy. If your team blows it, now here's the deal. You can be honest and still be loyal to the house.
My Lord.
Because the temptation is you can win influence for yourself by proving that I'm the only nice usher in the house. That usher told me so-and-so and they were wrong and it really did. You know what, honey, she don't ever come to me. And I'm the only one, right? So you don't want to, as Apostle Kate said, self-promote. You apologize.
That's
I'm
good.
so sorry that happened. Now you're not throwing the church under the bus with a lawsuit saying, yeah, that's our fault, we did it, we blew it, we do it all the time, we need to fix that. What you're saying is, I am so sorry that happened, and you're showing people real empathy. You know what, I'm really sorry that happened, and we can fix it. Here's the deal even, with the whole loyalty piece. If your team member is telling someone something, and you know that's wrong, don't tell the customer in front of the team member.
Right.
Yeah.
You're gonna step the team member to the side and go, actually, we did have a couple seats open up there. Oh, thank you. Guess what?
Right.
My team member just told me, because you never want to look good while somebody else looks bad.
Right.
Yep.
Wow.
Or even let somebody look bad.
That's-
Because you are what?
Team.
A what?
Team.
Team.
Team. situation run away from me. Let us fix it. Be loyal to your team. All right, a family guest. Y'all know what I mean by family guest? Is every member of All Nations in the room right now?
Nope.
All right, so will every member of All Nations be serving at World Change?
No.
No. So the family guests, what makes them difficult, they are the people that know everything. Or I come to this conference all the time, I know where I'm going, and the challenge is they need to know this is not that.
My.
They just, or they show up for a special event. I'm going to come through this door because this is the door I always come in. And they'll dishonor the system set in place. And so when change happens, or even like all of the organizational changes, are you excited about that? It's repositioning you for growth, is what it's doing. It's repositioning you for explosive growth. But even with the organizational changes that are happening, someone says, no, I know who you should call. You need to call so-and-so. But you know, no, actually that's been changed. The temptation is don't embarrass them. Because you want to, she thinks she knows. I'm going to tell her. He knows everything. He don't, if you come to church more than once a month, you know something. But the family guests, your challenge is they be humble.
Be humble.
Be humble.
Resist the temptation to teach them something. Don't embarrass them. Actually, we're doing this like this now. And here's the deal. Keep your goal in mind. What is your assignment? We train something, Stacey and I trained something called How to Get Straight A's with PR. You ready? I'm going to tell you real quick. It's not in your notes. How to get straight A's with PR. Particularly for an event, you need to know your arrival. Show up on time. You need to know your attire. Be dressed right. You need to know your assignment. What am I doing? And then you need to know your attitude. You got it? All right. Resist the temptation. Don't embarrass me. Keep your goal in mind. I'm just trying to get this to here. I'm just trying to keep the people in the line happy. And if you're working the hallways and people are standing in line a long time, here's a good tip for you. Just talk to people. Because if I'm waiting a long time, someone comes up and talks to me, it breaks the time continuing.
Assignment.
We send our team to do it all the time. Just go talk to people. Go talk to people. How you doing? How'd you hear about it? Where's your church? Well, thank you for coming. We really appreciate it. Do you know the schedule? Right? And when you walk away, their wait time resets in their mind. So you have the power to make a 20-minute wait feel like a 10-minute wait. How long did you wait? About 10 minutes. When they were really on their feet, about 20, 30 minutes. The alien guest. It's so funny you said people from another planet. I don't know anything. We literally had people ask us, what time is the 12:30 service?
What time is it?
Now we know.
How to say it?
We know that's not really what they're asking.
Drop. That's the language.
Here's what makes them difficult. Sometimes you get tired of saying the same thing again and again and again and again. And so your eyes start to roll and you suck your teeth automatically. You don't even realize you're doing it. And so the person at the beginning of your day, the first person you greet on Thursday night should get the same love and enthusiasm as the last person you say goodbye to on Saturday. So the person that knows nothing, and you got to tell them everything, the restrooms are right there, no, this is right
Absolutely,
this is
Dr.
right
Frank.
that. You almost can feel like, okay, baby. And when is this? And how long have you? You almost feel like, this isn't a museum. You get tired of repeating the same thing over and over. You get tired of repeating the same thing over and over. I thought that was cute in my notes, y'all. And also, here's the deal. Sometimes if you're very busy, because in busy seasons, and this happens with the family guests, you're really busy. You got to do something. Somebody just sent you to do something. And someone who's not serving, but is a member, and in the back of your mind, you're thinking, why aren't you helping? They want to stop and talk to you.
Yeah. My.
While you're doing your thing, you're trying to do your thing, and they're, hey, girl! Stop, bro, how you doing? Look, oh, yeah, I'm good. And then they almost get offended that you don't stop and talk to them. Like when people say, I saw you on, and you didn't speak to me. And I'll say, but you saw me, I didn't see you. Because there are some things you know are going to happen, right?
Sure.
How many of you, this is not your first world changers? So there's some things you know are going to happen. Pre-programming your responses. Right around Easter time, I look tired. I just do. Because we don't sleep. And I just haven't found enough MAC makeup to make up for it. So I know someone's going to say to me, you look tired. And my response was always smart mouth. I mean, Southside smart mouth. And so people say, you look tired. Thanks. What have you been doing? Yeah. You look tired. I didn't ask you that. You look tired. Have you looked at yourself lately? That is not a PR response, right? And so the Lord was like, listen. They're going to somebody's going to tell you that you look tired. So why are you pretending like your flesh is a wild dog? Put it on a leash. You just know somebody's going to ask you, what time do the doors open? You know they're going to ask you that. And you know you're probably going to be asked that about 15 times. Well, who's speaking tonight? Who's speaking tonight? Okay. You know? You just know they're going to ask you that. Yeah. You got to channel that inner flight attendant. Come on, when you're getting off the plane, 300 people getting off the plane. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye-bye now. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Goodbye. And let me tell you, I could be number 301 in line, and if she don't say goodbye to me, I'll never fly with you again.
Oh.
Isn't that amazing?
Yep.
So you gotta, whatever you gotta do to put your mind in the space that right now, you want to say, it's not about me, but you know what else? It is about you. It's about your ability to reflect the love of God when your feet hurt. It's about your ability to reflect the love of God and the purpose of the house when you might not feel like it. You good?
Yeah.
You are the information center at that moment.
My Lord.
You just dropped in from outer space and doesn't know anything. Remember to speak their language and not yours. You have an opportunity to make a really good first impression right at that moment. Get excited about that first time person. In your busy,
so good.
in your Zoom, get excited about, oh, this person's here for the first time. How'd you hear about that? That's always what you want to ask people. How'd you hear about the church? The disgruntled. Woo. Galatians 6:2 says, bear one another's burdens. What makes them difficult? They have made a negative decision about the church. They jump to a bad conclusion. They're manifesting rejection. Everything is about them. They did this to me. Have you met people seen people like that? They took everything so personally.
Yep.
And so what you got to do is don't reflect that and don't get in agreement that it is about them. Yeah. Use words like everybody, all of you. We're so happy that all of you are here. We're so, we're going to do our very best to serve you tonight. Be aware that some people make up their mind to be angry.
Listen.
Yeah.
Come on.
Don't give yourself a report card at the end of the night based on whether people were happy. Because there's some people who make up their mind.
That is so good.
The lady in the service is a jam-packed like a New Year's Eve. She got up to go to the restroom, but since she was alone, she took her baby and all her stuff. Well, the usher didn't know. 2 seats right here, she filled it. So she came out personally offended. She gave away see that one? You know when they start pointing people out, they want you to whoop them. They want me to whoop them. See that lady right there? She gave away my seats. So I said, hey, go inside, find somebody I know, ask them to give up their seats for this lady. We're going to do our best to make you happy. You're not giving people what they deserve. You're not giving them what we think they deserve. We're giving them the best service possible. Jesus didn't give us what we deserve. He gave us his absolute best. Right? God will take care of it. So she comes out. I knew she was in front of. The 2 people come out.
Yes, he will.
We bring them in. She sits down. I said, she'll be out in about 30 seconds. She looked at the seats, turned around, left. She said, you know what? I don't want to sit there. We said, have a great night.
Wow.
You can't let whether people receive your love be whether or not you did a good job. All right?
Come on.
Now you just helped.
That's good. Listen.
I just got healed.
Don't reflect. Don't get in agreement that it's about them and it's personal. Oh, I'm so sorry they did that to you. Fix it if you can, but fix it legally. fix it legally, and get to the root of what sometimes people just want to fuss and they want somebody else to pay. You know? Somebody needs to talk to them. Well, how can I fix your problem? Oh, you need to see. Well, she needs to know. I'm sure that she had no idea. Because we don't throw each other under the bus, right?
That's right.
The irate guest. The irate guest looks a little bit like. Now, I have not seen that here. I've had to deal with that. Drunk people, high people, irate people, flirty people, very flirty people. Lustful people. What makes them difficult? They are loud and getting louder, potentially disruptive. And here's the deal: they are not going to hear you. No matter what you say to them, they're not going to hear you. So don't try to get loud and outshout them. Like, I don't believe it. Well, I don't believe it. You know, don't try to. What you want to do, and this is, y'all can correct me later, get them out of your space. Get them away from what God is doing.
Yes.
Because many times they're an agent of the enemy just sent to disrupt. And so what I do immediately, I will tell guys, up and out. Get her out of here. Get them out. Get them out. And we just get the person out. Once we get them out, we just let them holler. And then we say, sir, what happened? And you speak as softly so that they can barely hear you. What happened? Most of you won't have to deal with irate guests. I'm sure there are specific people assigned to irate guests. My balcony crew is assigned to irate guests because they very barely say.
Listen, I don't know if we got them yet.
They love their leader, and they're willing to backslide on my command. No, I'm joking with you. So what you need? Miss Pam, what you need? No, they're good. Let me just do a really special note, because it's 9:50 and I want to get into value. A really special note about special needs guests. The Lord began to deal with me about special needs guests. Anybody that needs an apparatus or any help moving. So if you use a wheelchair, a cane, a walker, you are my special guest. They become my personal special guests. And if you are an elderly person, now my mother's 77, she'd be upset if I called her elderly. But you can tell if someone has a hard time standing for a long time, but they got there early to get in line. You might want to consider, talk to your volunteer coordinator, some type of special treatment for special needs.
Right.
Because I jump up, get in the shower, do all the beautification process, and I'm in my car. If someone uses a wheelchair to move, that's a lot of effort. It's a lot of special effort for them to get to church. And so you may want to have eyes and ears specifically for special needs. And they're going up and down the line, and all I'm looking for is for somebody who has a special need. Yeah. Somebody on a cane, on a walker, and I'm going to pull them out quietly out of the line and bring them to the front of the line. But when it's time to open the doors, then you need to very politely announce, ladies and gentlemen, great news, we're ready to open the doors. We're going to let our special needs guests in first and our seniors, and if you don't knock my grandma down, I won't knock your grandma down, all right? A little levity will help people wait.
Yeah.
And even information helps people wait.
Yeah.
So those are the closed mouth secret service. What's taking so long? Like you're secure, like you're in that prison. You know how some folks can be the prison guard? You keep better staying in line. I'll tell you what they're going to You know? But it's friendly. It's, hey, we're glad you're here. Where'd you from? Where are you from? Where are you from? How'd you get here, right? You're hosting this event like they're at your home. This is our event. Say, this is ours.
This is ours.
It's our big thing.
Big thing.
Come on, it's big. It's big. All right, inhale, exhale. I got 7 minutes. I want to talk to you about value-based service. I teach value-based customer service because I don't like just telling people what to do. I like telling people what's important to me and what's important to God. Because it's like a family. If you know and you teach your children what's important, They're going to behave a certain way when your eyes are on them, and they're going to behave a certain way even when you're not there.
Come on.
So we don't ever say to somebody, do it because you know Apostle Kay says she's going to come through these hallways. She's coming through these hallways and she's going to inspect what she expects. That's good leadership.
That's
So
it.
you're going to show her that you heard her. Why? Because you want to get in alignment with the values of the house. You are an apostolic and prophetic house. Heaven is your focus all the time. But the pastoral sprinkling is coming heavy on this place. Because it's just coming heavy on this place, all right? My time is short. You can agree with that, right? So it's coming heavy on this place, which means pastoral care and the care for people is becoming a higher priority than perhaps what you're used to.
Wow.
And so you've been trained as soldiers to know it's not about you. Yeah. And then what happens is you project that on others and tell them, and it ain't about you either. It's all about God. Sit down, right? But God is into people. Come on, God is into people. He came for people, He died for people, He wrote the word for people. He is into people. If you want to get Him a gift, bring Him some people. Okay, that's His heart. His mind is on people. Yep. His heart is for people. His conference is for people. Right? So we create an atmosphere for God, but so that God can connect with His people. All right, thank you. So I looked at some of what I believe are some of the values of all nations and how they might translate into your behavior, your innate behavior. You're not going to give you a list of rules. See, I don't have to give you a measuring stick to tell you how short your skirt or long your skirt should be if you value modesty. You get the connection? I don't have to tell a man, pull out the chair, pull out the chair, pull out the chair. No, if you value being a gent, you're going to do, there's certain things you're just going to do because that's who I am. Why? Because I'm a part of this house. Yeah. And the flavor in this house, I was telling Pastor Mike that what happens is when values get into the vein of your people, it's like a drip in the body of this house. And so it runs through every department, and that's who we are. So that wherever you are, people will know you're from All Nations. There's folks that works with me for years that they ask me to come here, and I ain't mad. A little bit jealous, but I ain't mad. But I love it when people tell me, you can tell they works with you. Why? Because I rub my values in them constantly. We do this because of this. We do this because of this. We do this because of this. It's the because that's going to hold you to it. Yeah. Not the list of rules. Because if it's just a list of rules, the last day of conference, you like, see, it wouldn't want to be. Right. But it's going to stick with you. Okay, so these are some of the things I have. Energy. I'm going to just write it all around here. Energy. This place is energetic. Yes. It is jumping up and down, high octane, premium fuel energy. So, nobody is doing this. Welcome. God bless you. You better B12 it, caffeinate it. Listen. Do whatever. Why? Because we value the energy, because energy implies expectation. Yeah. Energy implies something good to happen in your life will forever be changed. Yeah. So when I walk into a place and everybody's excited, oh my God, I get excited. Yeah. Yep. I get excited. This place has a value of energy. This place has a value of power. That's good. You value the power of God and you believe in the power of God. Am I right? Yeah. All right, so that means you are never powerless when it comes to serving people. There's always something you can do. Someone you can call. You know what? I don't have that information right now, but do you have a smartphone on you? There's always something. And pre-think it. Pre-think it if you have to. Take some cheat notes if you have to. Write down your own little FYI. Get out of the Netflix club. Nobody ever tells me anything. This place, and you can't blame somebody else. Why? Because we believe in power. Know your boundaries. Know when to pass the ball. But ask, well, how much power do I have? It's Come on. Ask, do I have the authority to do this? Can I do that? Can I pull this lady out of line in the wheelchair and bring her up to the handicap thing, whatever? Can I do that? If you don't know, then ask somebody. All right? Yeah. You value tribal identity. You do. You have your own language. Y'all can't tell me you don't value each other's identity. How many ANWA t-shirts are there? I mean, my goodness, you could open a store. There's so many different shirts. You love to wear it, right? So that means I become a brand ambassador.
So good.
And I'm going to learn some things about the house that people that don't know about the house might know. You are going to be asked, when are Sunday morning services?
Yeah.
Know it off the tip of your tongue. Know it. Somebody's going to ask you, does the conference it ends at this time, but you can come to service? You can stream it on this. You can do this. I've become a brand ambassador. Yeah. And welcome to World Changers. Welcome to, are you ready for something big?
Yeah.
I give myself some scripts, baby. Welcome to World Changers. You ready for something big? Oh, it's going to be big tonight. Welcome. Hey, guys, I'm so happy you're here. You ready for something big? Why? Because the expectation of the people will pull the best out of whoever's speaking. Yes.
My Lord.
How to do that? Are you ready for something big? Go run down the line. I've done this and I have hit somebody. Say each year because I have hit somebody one time. But they took it really well.
You're right.
Run down the line like, are you ready? And then I hit somebody on the way back. But that's okay, I was trying to do it. It's an identity. This is who we are. What do you call the people that come to your conference?
World changers.
Come on, what do you call the people that come?
World changers.
So when you see them, you go to lunch and you see them at a restaurant. You walk by, you see those people at the table. What do you say? Hey, world changers.
Good.
Why? It's our identity. It's who we are. So how I serve, I'm serving out of that identity. World changers. What's up, world changers? Right? It's not just the name of the conference. Woo! It's who you are.
You almost stirred me up.
And we value knowledge. No,
It's him,
classes, knowledge, get it, understand it, get it. That means you got to get out of the network club. Know your stuff.
Yeah.
You want to be spiritually ready. You want to have your gut, your emotions ready, but you want to have your intellect ready.
Yeah.
What information do I have? What information do I need? If you need your leader to feed you some information, get fed.
That's good.
All right? It is 10 o'clock on the dot.
Woo! Phenomenal.
I think I'm done. Is that good?
That's good.
You good? All right.
Wow.
Are you ready? Can we give some cheers?
Yep.
Yes. I feel like it is 10 o'clock at night, Pam. I just believe in enthusiasm. I believe the saints need to have fun. Nobody wants
More
to
than
be
welcome.
served by depressing people. So, do y'all do the wave? Y'all do the wave? Okay, we do the wave. We do the wave. Can we have some music? All right, yeah, right here. This is where it's going to start, and we're going to take it all the way over. I'm going to get out of the way so I won't trip over something. Who's in charge? Say, I am.
I am.
Who are the people that we serve? Who are they?
They got drops.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to wait on music because I know it's 10 o'clock. Oh, who's doing it now? I'm sorry, I should have gave you a heads up on the spur of the moment. Shooting from the hip. Here we go. Up.
Everybody up.
With us in Atlanta next Friday and Saturday. You don't want to miss Dr. Pam Ross. All right, phenomenal. It's 10 o'clock at night and they're acting crazy. All right, so next Friday and Saturday night, be with us with Dr. Pam Ross. All right, you gotta get out of here.
to the house.
Unbelievable.
To God's people.
My God.
We appreciate each and every
I
one of
posted
you.
it.
We're going to leave
All right.
right. So I'm going to call
See you.
Pastor Monica to come on up here and pray us out.